We're just gonna tell you guys off rip, similar to our last guest. Obviously, our last guests were the two Stephs, LGBTQ couple. But
I ain't gay. I just suck dick. It's a big difference. It's a difference. Don't put me in them letters with all them people.
Hey, clip that. Clip that.
That's the
Intro clip for the
episode.
episode.
On Sunday.
Yes.
Get them on episode from Monday.
Shit, that caught me off guard.
I'm finna go already.
Just wanna see you on me. I just wanna see you on me. Put it on me, babe. Put it on me. Put it on me, babe. Put it on me. Loving on your body all day. Loving the way that you do it for me.
What is going on? Welcome to another episode of Fupas And Flapjacks podcast. My name is Jay, and that's
Your boy Trey. Hey, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Why we look like an R&B group right now?
I was finna say, y'all look like a whack ass Jodeci. But it's all right though.
See, look, he already talking spicy. I mean, get introduced to him.
ready to go.
Put him on the screen.
Ready to go.
Anyways, every week we always joined by none other than the voice of God, the podcast, Dr. Phil.
I have a fupa.
That's what we're talking about. But this week, as you guys can see, spoiler alert, of course, we have a guest. Damn, how many titles this guy got, man?
Got hella titles.
Oh, you better name him.
Okay, actor, entertainer, singer,
Yeah.
out of pocket,
Producer.
Producer's a big one too.
Producer, big one.
Producer in bold letters. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Oliver Twixt to the building. How you doing today, man?
Having me. I'm doing well. I can't complain.
Mind you guys, this has been a long time coming to get him on the show, and
Has
we're
it
so
been
happy to
now?
have him on the show.
Yes. We've been planning for you to be on the show for months.
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 Okay.
When we
Yes.
asked you, that was already in the plans for asking you to come on the show. We already had plans for you to come on the show a long time ago.
I like that.
Yeah.
You guys been thinking about me. I appreciate that.
Exactly.
Dope.
Yeah.
So, we're just gonna tell you guys off rip, similar to our last guest. Obviously, our last guests were the two Stephs, LGBTQ couple. But
I ain't gay. I just suck dick. It's a big difference. It's a difference. Don't put me in them letters with all them people.
hey, clip that. Clip that.
That's the
Intro clip for the
on
episode.
Sunday.
Yes.
Get them on episode from Monday.
Shit, that caught me off
I'm
guard.
gonna go already.
Okay,
Let's
I
go.
see where we're going this episode.
It's
All right, y'all. So this episode is LGBTQ dating in the Black community. The reason why we wanted to bring him on is because we have I'm not gonna say epidemic because it's been something that's been going on in the Black community for decades upon decades, but centuries at this point now.
Centuries is crazy, but decades. Yes.
Centuries. No, but centuries is pretty accurate.
You think so?
Because even
I think that's something that's pretty normal in past tense. Like I think this is something that's going on current is kind of like in this century, the 19th, 20th, 21st century. I think this is something that's really been like attacked religiously and everything going now.
No, what I mean by centuries is like the automatically like shunning away our LGBTQ brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Oh, most definitely.
But
Okay, yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
giving them a second to even understand like we're still the same.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah.
they just like what we don't like. It is no big
Basically.
deal. Just like if you like fried chicken, I like fish. Who fucking gives a fuck?
Exactly. Facts.
I agree.
Like I told you, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't give a fuck what nobody does in your bedroom, as long as you treat me with respect. I can give two fucks what you do.
Facts.
But anyways, to bring up the topic of this episode, y'all. Sorry, let me unlock my phone so I can read off my script. All right, so this episode, we're going to be speaking about how to set a respectful, open, and acknowledging tone to people from different places in their journey, but also speaking on a discussion of the dual minority status of an LGBTQ person, but also the dual part of it of them also being Black in our community. So,
Love that.
Oliver,
Yes.
what's some of the ups and downs you face? This is going to be, so every episode we start with like a corny ass question.
Okay.
Simple question to warm it up.
Okay.
Even though you started with the dick sucking joke.
It wasn't a
what's-
joke. It's real life. What's your question? Come on with it.
What's some of the faces that you face? What's some of the challenges that you face in the community, whether it be Black or the LGBTQ community, being both?
Okay. You want me to start with the Black people?
You can start
They're
with whatever
ignorant
you
as
want.
fuck. They're ignorant.
Accurate.
Ignorant as fuck.
Accurate.
Just ignorant as fuck. As fuck. I didn't know like LGBTQ was still such a huge thing for the niggers. You know,
ERs.
you know, I've been like. My videos have been doing really well on Facebook, and a lot of my content is centered around my queerness and other queer things, right? And the majority of people down in the comments talking trash are black people, and they're like, "Oh, this is why Trump is going to get all y'all." I'm like, "He gonna get y'all po black asses too,
Facts.
bitch. He ain't gonna get me. I'ma stay. I pay good taxes."
Accurate.
You know what I'm saying? And so black people, a lot of them are just still ignorant and a little hateful towards my people, which is unfortunate. And I would say a down probably for the LGBTQ plus community for me has been, you know what, I don't really subscribe to everything. You know, certain aspects of the experience and culture are a bit much for me.
Right.
And it has been a journey trying to find where do I fit or where's my safe place within my community. You know, I'm not doing no coke. I don't want to do that. You know, I'm not going to the club and partying until 5 o'clock. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to the bathhouse. I don't want to have a threesome. I don't want to do all these things. You know, I want to go to the amusement park and, you know, let's pull out some coloring books, or can we talk about finances and business and, you know, can we
coloring books?
Or something, yeah.
Okay, I got you. I was like, wait,
Say something chill. Something
I get what he means now. I was like, wait, hold on.
know
What?
each other. Why we got to turn up and turn it out? Yeah.
Yeah. What's interesting is my coworker. I had a coworker. He was gay, and his whole thing was kind of what you said was like, because I'm gay don't mean I gotta subscribe to everything gay.
Yeah.
Like I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm not the whole gay community.
It's not a monolith.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes that's what people do is they've already made a prejudgment about someone and they've stereotyped them or whatever and said you're already part of the whole collective. You move differently. Because for him, he's one of those gay guys that's like, you know, he's a masculine gay guy, and he kind of attributes to like, I'm not trying to, you know, I don't do all that extra stuff that they deem me as for just because I'm gay. So it's very interesting, the dynamics and the dichotomies between like the different levels of gay or how people perceive themselves as gay.
Yes, there's many different levels and representations of it. You know, like just because I'm femme, that doesn't mean I'm necessarily a bottom. I could be a full-fledged top, you know, slinging dick from east to west. And just because I'm masked and I got pecs and I'm 6 feet, you know, it doesn't mean I'm giving it. I could be the widest receiver there is. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like a lot of times people, what's going on up here? Y'all got to stay with me now. We got like 30 minutes together. Okay?
I know, but I'm over here dying already. I'm sorry, go ahead.
A lot of times people, again, like you guys have been saying, have a monolithic idea of what it means to be gay or queer or black or whatever. And there are a lot of nuances within the conversation.
But to speak just in general, not just LGBT, like sexuality is a full spectrum.
It's a full spectrum.
It's a full spectrum.
Yeah.
So I understand like if you land on the LGBTQ side of it, but even that is another spectrum in itself.
Yes,
right?
Definitely.
All right. Yeah. Like I even think like even if you're heterosexual, there's a spectrum on that as well. There's some heterosexual men that Trey's gonna laugh at this, but there's some heterosexual men that like to be pegged. But they do. They don't consider themselves gay. Yeah, and they stay straight. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, it's not necessarily the act that makes you gay. It's who you're doing it with that makes you gay or straight. You know?
Yeah. But okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Let me tell you something.
We about to get with the shits.
And people been, you know, I've been having people playing my ass in it for a good long time. That's a great orgasm. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It is freaking amazing. Men out there who are not using their asshole, you're missing out on a whole level.
Hey, we gonna be real. Hey, I had a girl offer to eat my ass once.
It is freaking amazing.
Girls offer to eat ass all the
time.
All the
time, bro. They like doing that shit.
Yeah, let me say this. I always tell.
But then if they eat your ass, they be like, "Oh, that nigga gay." When they get mad at you, fuck out of here, nigga.
I haven't heard.
If you gay, what make her?
My point exactly. Ass eater.
I just don't believe God put our
fucking
prostate,
groceries and shit.
The organ that's supposed to make us do what it do inside, and we not tap into it. No pun intended. Some sort of way. You know what I mean? Now you don't got, it's a spectrum. You don't got to go all the way up in there, but rub it. You know, lick it. You know,
just say hi to it. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, right? Like. We talking about like when we date you crazy. I dated a girl. I remember I dated this girl who was so adamant on wanting to eat my ass. I'm like, and my thing is no, because I don't like my gooch or my ass being
Lift
A?
your
Lift
glasses
your
up.
balls up one time, let her lick
your
it down
glasses
there.
up. Answer again.
I don't like my gooch or my ass being A.
No, just lift your balls up one
You
time,
like
let her
that?
lick the gooch.
Wait.
Lift the balls up and let her lick the gooch one time.
Can we save this for the episode for the
After dark? No, but I know, but still, you gotta just lift it up one time.
Absolutely not.
You
just lift the legs up one time.
You let girls eat your tail.
In my gooch, yeah. Not my
your
ass.
tail.
The gooch, you can get the gooch. You can lick the gooch one time.
Ain't
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
You can lick a little gooch.
Let me tell you
know what I'm saying?
something.
I'm not talking about that.
Hey,
I'm talking about how you lift
Gucci?
how you lift your legs up.
You lift the legs up and lift the gooch
That's
one
insane.
time. I'm not bending over to let her lick it from the back, my nigga. What the fuck?
I'm staying over here. Ain't nobody tag me in to say nothing. I'm just gonna be quiet.
But anyways, you can continue what you were saying. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No. I'm just saying that we're talking about the spectrum of sexuality
Yes,
and how
yes.
and I think we can touch more on that spectrum when we start doing After Dark and everything. We
Right.
can go more into the spectrum of what we like, what women
Mm-hmm.
like, all that other stuff, and what other guys like. But it's crazy that, like, you know, there are some even women who are very dominant in bed who want to be the controller
Yep.
in a heterosexual
Yeah.
relationship, and there are very submissive men in those who don't care about being dominant, who will let their
Correct.
woman run it.
Correct.
And I think some people, because of who don't understand the spectrum of sexuality, they deem those men as gay or feminine or whatever because they don't want, you know, to run it or whatever and let their girl run it.
So then that kind of leads me to my next question, kind of. So when it comes to that, like, how does, like, do you have a difficulty in dating? Like, you live in Atlanta, right?
Ooh.
So it's like a difficulty dating in your community in Atlanta? Because Atlanta has like that running joke of like everybody in Atlanta is down low, you know what I'm saying? Which is pretty ignorant, I think, but.
I would say being Oliver Twixt has made it difficult for me to date. Yeah. My job
So
is difficult.
the celebrity, not the person you are.
If that's what you want to call it. Yeah.
Okay, I see what
Yeah.
you mean. So what's the difficulty in that?
You know, because I've been a person in media in different formats, people think they know me. You know, they think they know me.
Yes.
And especially now that I'm a comedy creator, a lot of my reels and skits are really fabricated or are exaggerated aspects of my life for
Right.
the purpose of making you laugh, not necessarily presenting the truth. But a lot of these dumb motherfuckers out here are really believing these things in these skits. And I'm like,
Yes.
okay, whatever. And so with that, a lot of people feel like they already know me. A lot of guys think I already have somebody, which I've been single since October 2022. Okay,
I think a lot of people
3 years.
hypersexualize you too. And
Yeah.
us talking privately.
Which I get, yeah.
Yeah, but when us talking privately,
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about you where you really actually contained.
Yeah, I haven't had sex in 2 years.
Yeah.
Be having his ass out on the IG page though.
Yeah,
You know how many times I've opened my Instagram and I see Oliver's double cheeked up on a Sunday and I'm like, nigga.
you know, if you go back to my social media all the way back to high school,
Yeah.
I was posting pictures like that. Not necessarily in a thong, but I was
saying-
like in
I was gonna say in
Speedos
high
on
school?
the beach. Yeah. I mean, I always had what people would consider a feminine shape. Like I always was very small at top and
see what you
big
mean.
at the bottom. And it was actually a thing growing up in school where people would make it like a thing. It was like a thing. And it's honestly a little bit a part of my identity, a little
Right.
bit. And then once I became a personality, it became bankable, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something like that in like Speedos, talking about Speedos for a second.
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that in South America or somewhere else. That's looked at as normal.
It's a normal day.
That's a normal day for someone to be double cheeked up on
But
a Sunday.
in American
Yeah.
culture, it's like, yo, why he got
got
all this
no
out?
swim trunks
Why he got
on?
no clothes on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I only feel like it's because I'm a feminine black guy and I actually look good. You know, because there's a bunch of masked guys where it's the same setup. They butt out and they crotch out.
Mm-hmm.
Girls, they butt out, crotch out. You know, and everybody goes up. But when
Yep.
a feminine guy with a feminine body, and the real thing is because, bitch, I look good. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I was horrible, the people be like, man, fuck it, you know, but you know, you be looking at it, you be like, damn, you know, that nigga look good now. You know what I'm saying? Then it's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I still do
That's
it.
good.
I
That's
enjoy
fire.
doing it. I really do it for me. I like to see it. I really do. Like, I
me
like
off
to
guard.
see it.
So when you be posting your pictures, you be checking yourself out.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Are
be
you
like,
get-
damn, that
do you-
nigga look good.
Are you like, there's somebody we know, I'm not going to say who,
Uh-oh.
but when they post certain pictures, they check the comments to make sure, like, okay, let's see that the things are in here. Speaking something nice. I'm not talking about you, Trey.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it off
Oh.
camera.
We keeping secrets already.
We'll talk about who we're talking about off camera.
You know, if I'm being honest, I could really care less what comments say. And I actually want them to kind of carry on a little bit, especially in the world of social media. And this is the businessman of me coming out when it comes to social media. A lot of things I do post, while thank the Lord, it's a part of who I am naturally. Like, this is my natural expression. I do lean into it a whole lot more. You know, being a monetized creator on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, the more people view me, whether good or bad, the more people talk about me, whether good or bad, I'm making money. And so, you know, I enjoy a lot of days when people are down, they're upset, because I'm like, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
So I got a question.
Go ahead.
And I noticed that, you know, I saw a post where you went back to church and everything. How has that been? Navigating that experience as a gay black man, going to a area where it's a sin, it's been everything. How's that been for you?
Well, I go to Vision Cathedral in Atlanta, which our church is affirmative, so that type of doctrine is not considered a sin where I go. Yeah. And I'm at a center where, you know, I feel comfortable, I feel safe.
Good.
And it aligns with my beliefs about God and Christianity in the world, and it's been really great. I feel like to know me is to know I love the Lord, and I'm always talking about God and spirituality. It's a part of my natural walk. It's been that way since I've been on this earth. And for years, because of my career, it kind of separated me from church, from, you know, having to go film or travel and do whatever. And at this point in my life, I just found it very necessary to be in a physical place, sharing space with other people who believe what I believe in, and, you know, are going through some of the same things I'm going through, and being under a leader who can pour into you. That's what I really needed right now. And it's been really, really great.
That's
really enjoy it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm glad you got a safe space like that, because it's hard for people to find that safe space, especially in religion.
Yeah.
It seems that religion nowadays, like, it's like turn up another notch when it comes to the hatred or vitriol.
Yeah, these hoes crazy. Because I'll be like, y'all think God needs y'all to do his job?
Facts.
You think God needs you to do his job when it comes to me?
I think that one thing for me, what I learned, because to be transparent, when I grew up in a very Christian high school, very religious mother growing up and everything. My dad wasn't religious. So for me, going through like with gay people and everything, I was a homophobe when I was younger. And it took me to, like, when I moved down to Florida and I worked in retail, I started meeting people from all different walks of life. As I started reading the Bible for myself, I started to be more open to what the truth of judging not, and God loving everyone and everyone being the image of him. Yeah. I started to really take those words seriously and started to love everyone as one, because everyone's on their own journey. So to hear that you got that space to really dive with your relationship with God on your own personal level is a beautiful thing, because people are too judgmental these days about what's going on. And I think that once you learn who Jesus really is,
there you go.
You start to learn how open he is to loving everybody, and you let him handle the rest. Yes. So I think that's great that you are, you know, getting that solid foundation with God and develop that relationship.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can I be honest?
What's up?
I appreciate you saying that out loud.
What?
Being that vulnerable.
What?
Because most people won't admit that they're past, like, yo, I was a homophobe in the past too.
But I think that's development, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's dope that you're willing to admit that on wax.
But I feel like that's what we did this pod for in the first place, was to be open. And I think the biggest thing is what we're trying to solve here, especially with this episode, is showing heterosexual black men with a homosexual black man, and how we can develop friendships and be close and hang out.
Calling me that? No, I'm just playing.
You so crazy. But I'm saying how we can get together and be close without this weird, feeling like awkward thing. Like, that stuff is weird.
Yeah. I can't stand that. Why? And I be trying to figure out, like, what is it?
You know what it is? I'm gonna be real with you.
I don't want you.
Yes, it's a lot of heterosexual black men are insecure in themselves, so they think, like, oh, that gay dude, he gonna try to fuck me.
No. Why?
It's like, how he gonna try to fuck you without you saying yes?
All the straight men in the world, listen. If you're in the room with Oliver, he don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing, 'cause I'm gonna do mine. I ain't looking your way. I'm really not.
Yeah, I think a lot of them is uncomfortable with themselves.
Yeah,
and definitely. I think a lot of things.
Insecurity.
Yeah, it's insecurity, and it's not knowing who you are. When you walk in who you are and you know who you are, no one who is in the same circle can change that or make you feel uncomfortable with who you are and how you move.
Agreed.
So you spoke about your dating. Well, lack of dating, I should say.
Yes.
And
I be trying.
What's the issue?
I must say this.
I was gonna say, do you go through the same shit we do?
Okay, no, I must say this. So
I was like, he definitely goes through it. Probably worse than us.
I started a new chapter of dating in 2023, right? Where I gave myself certain rules and guidelines and expectations. And since adopting that ideology, I have done so much better when it comes to dating. Like, my dating beginning in 2023 until now, besides the last bitch, have been amazing. Like, I done dated some people, you know what I'm saying? You know? The issue is, one, a lot of the guys that I like are older, right? And so a lot of them are like 47, 48, 50. You know, they're not trying to have children. They're not trying to...
Oh, you trying to get that 401k. I see you.
No, it's not even trying to get his, because I have mine.
Fair enough.
It's just all about... For me, when it comes to a gentleman, I just require a certain level of maturity. I require a certain countenance and demeanor in conversation and style. I enjoy a man who is a man's man, a man who handles business, a man who is a leader, a man who is creative and ambitious. And so a lot of those traits I often find in older men, you know?
Yeah.
And also too, I've always kind of skewed a little bit more mature than my age. And so naturally I just like older men. But me being young, you know, I want children. I want to do certain things. Them motherfuckers ain't trying to do that, which I get it. I totally get it. Also factor in the fact that I do have a sexual image online, and a lot of guys think, you know, they can hunch and do all that. And I'm like, no, you know, you can't. We're not doing that.
Right.
Yeah. Dating actually is okay. It's not bad. Now, the last situation was the thing that was fucked up.
I was waiting for to speak about it. He
He
mentioned it twice already. I'm like, he gonna speak about it. I'm like, I'm waiting.
Everybody else was freaking amazing. Like, everybody else was freaking amazing.
This is a safe space. You can talk your shit.
Yeah.
This is a safe
What you want
space.
to know?
I want to know the whole
Everything.
thing. Share it.
Oh, God.
Listen. I'm like,
My friend Mary in the back is like, yeah,
girl,
yeah,
child.
nigga.
We gonna clip it.
We gonna clip
Here
it.
we go. So, remember I said in 2023, I said guidelines, right?
Yeah.
One of the guidelines was I was not going to talk to anybody from my past. Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody. I was only going to introduce new energy, right?
Okay.
So, last year, maybe around Thanksgiving, an old fling came back around,
That's
right?
what they do.
Holiday is cuffing season. You know
Right.
better than that.
But you know what? I have girlfriends. Y'all know Miriam. She the real. Y'all know Miriam. And
Yeah.
my other friend Jazzy. They're always trying to place me in my soft energy, because I can be a stickler. You know, I could be like, fuck these niggas. Like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. You know,
One of
I don't
them
give a
girls
damn.
one of the girls that you mentioned should always be on that, but we're not gonna get on her just yet.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, so, but my friends were like, you know, like, hear him out, whatever. And when I tell, okay, so the backstory is we dated 8 years ago.
Damn. Okay.
It wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't good. But like, it wasn't like to the point where it's like disrespectful. Like, we just stopped dating, kind of went on. And so he came back around, and when I tell you, he put up the biggest and strongest fight and argument for me to agree to date him. Because I was saying no. I was like, bitch, no, I don't want to date you. Like, no, you finna do this. You finna get on my nerves. And he was like, no, like, I'm serious. And he's a pastor, by the way. And he was like, no, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just see. I got this eye on the prize, but I'm gonna keep this eye on your ass too, because we just gonna see. But to know me, to know, like, I want to be married. I want to have children. I want to be in a one-person relationship, and like, that's just really important to me. Anyways, everything was going good, going great. I ain't gonna talk about all the red flags. We don't got that much tape on the camera.
We got a lot of tape on the camera.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
I ain't finna get that
Pull
nigga
out the
all
red
that.
flags.
But this is what happened. Let me tell you. So, I had a birthday trip that my mom sent me on. And so he volunteered to come on the trip with me and my friends, which then turned into a couples trip.
He volunteered.
Just stay with me now.
Okay.
It turned into a couples trip for us to celebrate Valentine's Day together, right? This nigga, it's Monday, right? Monday, he's like, yeah, I'm finna make you mine. Now, mind you, he's telling everybody, like, I'm finna marry him. I'm finna marry you.
This is on the trip?
No, this is before the trip.
Okay.
This is during the time
okay.
we've been dating. We started back dating, let's just say December. This is like January.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Right.
He's like, oh, I'm finna marry him. Like, this is the one, da-da-da-da. When we have dates, it's freaking amazing. Our conversations are amazing. That Monday, he was like, yeah, I'm finna make you mine. I'm just trying to wait for the right time. We had a very clarifying conversation. Like, I got like stars. Like, you know, you're doing a good job. Everything's great.
Okay.
Nigga, I got to what? Thursday? I didn't hear from him all day. And I was like, what's going on? Automatically, I knew something was up.
Okay.
Automatically, I knew something was up. Bitch, my ass woke up Friday with like this 3-paragraph text after like months of us talking every day on the phone, waking up, whatever, and was like, yeah, I can't go on the trip. Financial reasons, but then begins to like backlog all of these like infractions I had committed and why it just wasn't going to work and why he needed to step away and all this other shit. He sent me a gift, happy birthday, when my birthday came. Haven't heard from him since. It's been 2 months.
Damn.
We be going through the same stuff.
Yo, for real.
Bro.
And mind you, this is a pastor.
These niggas and bitches ain't shit.
For the flock of the children and the sheep.
And he a pastor.
And he a pastor.
I could have killed that bitch. When I tell you, I could have choked the shit out of him.
And he's a pastor?
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna be shady. Lord ain't gonna do that. That's his title. Now, I don't know if he got an edifice. Or no deed or no keys.
Yeah,
we pray the Lord's strength in everybody's endeavors,
But,
honestly.
So wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
This was a 48-hour change.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 48 hours, yeah.
When it happened in 48 hours. Miriam was in the back. It happened in 48 hours. What'd she say? The house? He wanted to buy. Listen. The night before he sent me the text, he literally has sent me houses that he wanted to buy and what our wedding reception was going to look like.
Oh, I can tell you exactly what happened. I can tell you exactly what happened.
What happened?
Another nigga came around. All right. Another nigga came around. I'm telling you right now.
You know what I think
I'm
happened,
telling you right
honestly?
now. Another nigga came around.
Maybe one, I think the facade he was trying to keep up with me, like,
He couldn't keep up.
combusted.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
which
true.
I already knew.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, I can peep and I know.
Yeah.
I think the facade blew, and I honestly just didn't think he was man enough to really face me and admit he is committing the same thing that I told him were the reasons why I didn't want to date him. And another man could have came through because I wasn't giving no coochie.
But he tried to gaslight you.
Oh, man.
Saying that was your fault
Gaslight
and not
me.
his, and not him. Yeah.
Yes. And another guy could have came through because I wasn't giving no coochie. You weren't getting that. Coochie, just roll
He
with
ain't
me.
no coochie. He ain't get no coochie.
Yeah. I don't say booty.
Wouldn't it be Bucci?
I don't say Bucci. That sound like something that got
No, he ain't giving
Thai
up no
sauce on
coochie.
it.
Sauce is crazy.
Yeah, give me the Bucci.
So, because of the gaslighting, gaslighting is technically a form of manipulation. Like, how does the dating aspect of, I guess, your life like affect your mental health? Like, do you still have like your head on the swivel, head on straight, or is it more so like you're kind of like
dating was so amazing up until that. I'm not gonna
Wow,
lie.
okay.
It sent me into a very dark place.
got you?
Yes. Thank God for my friends, and I slightly feel bad for them because I was in a funk. Like, mentally, I was honestly ready to give up on everything. And not like on life, nothing like that, but I was like, what sense does it make to be a good person? What sense does it make to, like, open up and try to connect with somebody? What sense does it make to do what God is saying? What sense does it make to not be drinking? What sense does it make to not be smoking? What sense does it make to not be having sex? Like, I was freaking over it. Like, I was honestly fed up.
It's like
I'm telling you the full to God honest truth. I was ready to stop being a Christian because I said, ain't no need for me to pray no more. They ain't being answered. I was ready to stop being abstinent. What the hell I'm saving it for? Let me enjoy it. I was ready to drink. I was ready to do a whole lot of stuff. I wasn't going to join that. I wasn't going to join the church no more. Like, I just couldn't fathom how I knew in my energy, I was like being 100% honest, pure. I wasn't doing anything. You know, I'm trying to communicate. I'm trying to feed the relationship. I'm trying to do all this. And you're telling me I'm doing everything right. And then less than 48 hours, I'm just this horrible person. That like sent a crack in my mind. If I honestly would have had sex with him, I don't know where I would have been. Especially after being abstinent for so long and believing that this was my one.
Yeah.
Oh, nigga. But through prayer and the Lord and really great friends, like my friends really helped me out through that because I was over it. Like, over it. I'm better now, though.
I would say one of your friends should probably take some of your advice.
Huh?
One of your friends should probably take some of your advice. I'm throwing shots.
Like
I don't care.
You slow down now. Hey,
no,
wait a minute.
No.
Hey.
laughing out loud. No, let me get my shit off. Let me get my shit off.
Men make mistakes.
We all know exactly why I say that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let me say this real quick.
Don't do that.
All three of us know. All three of us know.
It's facts. But let me say this
I support
though.
my
Let me
girl.
say
Don't
this.
put me
Let me say
on
this. Let me say
shit.
this. Let me say this. When we talked about in the previous episode, and
Oh
it was
my
crazy.
God.
I had a conversation.
She's literally in the room right now.
She is. I had
That's
a conversation with her the same one I had with you when we talked about breakups and everything else. And I told her that if you feel like this person is your person for real, you have my support.
Yeah.
If you give him a chance a fifth time, a sixth time, a seventh time,
Because
an
we all
eighth
do
time,
it.
as
That's
long as he doesn't
love.
emotionally,
Yes.
physically,
There you go,
mentally
Trey.
abuse you, I'm okay with it. Just like
Yeah.
I told you with Issa Rae, that if you want to give her an eighth time, a ninth time, a tenth time, I would be okay with that as well.
You son of a bitch. Yo, when you said her name.
I said Issa Rae.
Here's my thing when it comes to that. Y'all can have y'all.
You did the same thing. Wait, pause. You remember the episode, I think it was 4?
Isabella?
Yeah, so don't act like I ain't take something from the same book. I did the same thing you did.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
And that shit
Sorry.
barely get out too.
As it relates to, not related to my friend, but using that inspiration, I strongly believe love who you love as long as it's safe, or what that person's considered safe. Let them do their thing.
But for your situation, I wouldn't let you rock that way.
Oh no! The fuck?
No.
If he but sometimes some people get weak and they get in those old feelings. I'm not talking about you. You moved on from it. But if you were to get weak in that, I would be like, nigga, no, bro. I would
Honestly,
definitely in that situation. I wouldn't do that.
I told my friends the only way I could accept him back, he would have to give me $10,000.
10. That's it.
I need
10
10
bands.
I need 10 bands. I need 10 bands.
10
Yeah,
bands
10
for-
bands.
10
10 bands.
For
10
your
bands,
health,
why?
your health journey.
10 bands. Just give me 10 bands, and I can consider. We can entertain the idea.
Yeah, 100 bands.
Yeah, no, I need 10 bands. He ain't got it. He ain't finna give me no 100 bands.
100 bands. See, Steph said 100 bands.
Yeah.
Hey,
He don't got
hey,
100
Phil.
bands.
You got any questions for Oliver?
No, this is a great conversation. I'm just listening.
Oh, okay.
that's
Blah.
good.
Just making sure you was
Hey,
included
Theo.
it all.
Hey,
Open your phone. You don't got no more questions.
I don't know. We shooting the shit. We haven't.
Yeah, we were just because
What else
we
y'all
all
wanna
we
know?
all
The
we
questions
all
are for the first 10 minutes. After that, we just.
Oh, y'all just said fuck it.
Yeah, we go.
we
I got
vibing.
you.
take off.
We all kind of match it. Well, first we the R&B group, but he got the white and black.
He
ones.
the manager.
Yeah,
He taking all the money. We gonna read the contract like, are we getting pennies on a dollar?
yeah, he doing us like Bob Marley.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You're out of pocket.
I am.
I do have a question.
I'm
Another
listening.
question for you. So, you spoke about the type of content you do. You spoke about the mental health. You spoke about dating. You spoke about the area you live in. What is it in your upbringing that makes you so prideful that you are now?
Or secure, and that's you.
Or secure that you are now?
Yes.
Like something in your upbringing, or is it something like maybe you didn't get in your upbringing that you had to build yourself?
I would say the family, the neighborhood, the community I grew up in showered me with love. Never once did I ever feel like I was like an oddball or like not liked. Like my family embraced me. I was an overachiever as a kid. And so my family was always front row proud at every performance, every academic ceremony. They were there happy to be Eddie's parents and family and whatnot. My church family really nurtured me. My school, social organizations, they really just supported me. So
Yeah.
I grew up in love, and that's just my experience, and I think that's what people see me walk in. To them, it may be confidence, but for me, it's just a battery of love. I didn't grow up in a place where I felt like I needed to be quiet or shy or ashamed. Yeah, I was celebrated a lot as a child.
What?
My mom was like a football coach.
For
In
real?
everything. Oh, in everything.
Oh, nice.
Like in everything. Like I remember like her pep talk. She was like, yeah, so yeah, you finna get up there and sing, right? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, you finna go take this math competition test? What you finna do? You ate, da-da-da. Like my mom was always like pumping me up. She's like, God sent you here to do amazing things. You so all this. Yeah. Yeah.
But one thing I've noticed about your personality, like you kind of exude that to other people now. Like you kind of give that to other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen your interactions with this guy next to me. I've seen your interactions with Miriam. I've seen your interactions with other people, whether it's making content or just talking to them. Like you kind of give that same energy out to
Yeah.
other people. Yeah.
first person I've ever told this. I don't know how I'm doing it because it's something I always hear people say.
Right.
But I'm glad it's happening. You know, it's nothing I'm consciously doing like, oh, let me do this to make people more comfortable, you know. I'm glad who I naturally am makes people, you know, comfortable and happy within themselves.
Well, so I got a question.
Go ahead.
When we were talking about family community, so the moment you came out.
Woo! Now keep going.
Talk about a question.
Yeah. The moment you came out, was your family, I'm believing that they were supportive. 'Cause I've seen videos of you and your family and them showing you love and everything in that moment. Was it like, oh, damn, we already knew that? Or was it like, was it something big? Was some big, you know?
Okay, so I know I just said all about my family, but my coming out story was a little crazy. Mainly my fault, though. Really my fault. So the idea of sexuality had never really came up, you know, which I don't feel like I ever hid anything, but nobody ever asked me. I guess it was like don't ask, don't tell type of situations. Right. Now, granted, I would have girlfriends, you know, and I did like them, but I will also have boyfriends too, and I like them too.
Hey.
Yeah, I was. Anyways, and so grew up the only child. My mom gave me a computer, right? She gifted me a laptop when I was in middle school because I wanted a computer.
Okay.
I didn't even really. Okay, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I was about to fluff it up. Yeah, so, anyways,
get straight to it.
Some sort of way, I went from watching porn. Honestly, I went from watching straight porn to gay porn, right? And then when I started, I don't know how it happened. But I honestly was watching straight porn. Like I started off watching that. And then from the gay porn, I found out about chat rooms, right? And so I didn't have any other people to talk about gay stuff with, but like I would see like, you know how on AOL, like back in the day, be like LGBTQ, So I would go into the LGBT room so I can learn and talk to other people and other stuff, just simply talking. Well, you know, we're also talking about an 11-year-old, 12-year-old who's going through puberty. And so I got into like sexting and like talking to other people.
You started early.
Yeah, I started early. Okay. And my mama got my computer and found out. I will never forget this day. I was at my grandparents' house. My mama bust open that door. And when I tell you, she lifted me. Like she went in the room and told my grandparents first what had happened. And I just heard her screaming. And she came and just lifted me. I don't remember the rest of that night, actually. I don't know what happened. I know it was a long, rough night, but that was my coming out story. And my mama was upset. My mom's a cop, and so in her brain, it's like safety, you know, like
it wasn't you coming out; it was your safety. It was
you talking.
It was also about me being gay too, because at the time my mom was very religious, and I didn't know she was fighting her own situation with her own sexuality. My mom now is a lesbian, but back then she was deep in the church, and so she was very anti. Homosexuality, and now her son has brought this home on top of this whole mess on the internet, whatnot. Damn, I've been on the internet for a good little minute. Just thought about this shit. Oh my God, I need to retire.
We've all been on the internet for a minute. IMVU. Did you IMVU?
No,
I did.
I had AIM. I had MSN.
Yeah,
MSN was my shit.
MSN
was my shit. With the little sidekick just
really went down, baby.
It was going down for me on AIM. I was doing the ASL.
Oh, no.
ASL.
AIM was cute now.
Sex location.
No.
AIM was cute, but MSN was where it happened.
You know where I used to get my shit off?
Baby, I'm so glad they did that. They
remember back in the day on MySpace?
Yeah.
Picture comment for picture comment? I used to get my shit off.
Do you remember Bebo?
Yes, I remember Bebo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then with Facebook, if I knew a girl was kind of cute, you know, a little poke one time, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, there was poking.
And then saw her the next day in school, like, what's good, shorty?
We was poking.
You know, even little poke.
I remember the poke. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, your mom is now...
She's now lesbian because of me. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, because of you?
Yeah. So long story short, we went a couple years going back and forth between you know me being gay, me being not gay, whatever. And I think like one day I just was like, "What y'all gonna do?" You know? Well, really, what you gonna do? Because everybody else ain't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It was really her. And then eventually my mom told me that me being confident in myself and being okay with whatever anyone said really inspired her to live in her own truth. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that
And
a lot.
she came out to me, which I already knew. I had already clocked her tea. Yeah.
So I got a question. You said that you had girlfriends growing up as well. Mm-hmm. Would you still smash?
I have never
woman?
had sex with a woman.
Okay.
I could see me
Comes look at the fluidity
I can
of
see
everything.
me kissing a woman. Now, okay, are there some women when I look at them, I'm like, oh my God, I'm attracted to her. Like, ooh, I want to hug her. Ooh, I want to shower with her. Ooh, I want to touch her. Yeah, I do have those moments. I do. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I do.
Yeah.
Have I seen like a tit or a boob or even other? I'm like, oh,
JJ?
that looks. I ain't want to say it. I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Oh, let me see what's going. I get interested. Dare I say I may get turned on, but it's like I don't want to move it past that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Better than me. I think penises and vaginas are like the ugliest thing on a human body, but it's the thing that turns on the most.
Are beautiful. I don't know about y'all.
I don't know, that vagina is some
penises
priceless.
are beautiful, especially ones that are long.
You think vaginas are ugly?
Plump and strong.
I think vaginas and
erect.
penises are ugly.
You know what I'm
in
saying?
general.
You can have on a hood, just pull it back, clean it. It can be cut. We prefer that.
Oh, you like the turtlenecks?
I didn't say I like turtleneck, bitch. I said I'll be okay with it. Just pull it back and get all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you like the drop tops?
I prefer, yes.
A drop top?
I prefer it be bald, preferably.
We gonna do a whole After Dark LGBTQ special.
I'm not gonna be here.
We gonna bring the stuff on too. We gonna
get this shit off. We gonna get that whole shit
They in the
off.
room too. They over here.
Yeah, they in the room laughing. After that episode, we gonna bring them all on.
we gonna bring them all on.
Yeah, we gonna do a whole LGBTQ episode.
We got to end the episode, but before we end the episode, now that we have guests, what we usually do is we play a little game of Would You Rather.
Ooh.
But it's G-rated. We're on the G-rated show.
Okay, that's fine.
When we bring you back on for the X-rated show, we'll do that.
Okay,
part.
cool.
Triple
Okay,
X.
Phil, you ready to play?
Sure, let's go.
All right, so there's only one question for this episode.
Got it.
Something I actually was asked at work a couple days ago. I work with a bunch of white people, so please, for those out there, please don't feel some type of way about this or how corny this is. All right, so the Would You Rather is pretty simple. Would you rather have a car where anytime you get in it, you can travel to any place in the world instantly? Or would you rather have would you rather have a pair of glasses where any book that you see, you'll retain that information right away rather than read it?
Oh, give me the glasses. Give me the knowledge.
Give me the car.
Phil?
Give me the glasses.
Yeah. The Bible says pray for wisdom before any and all things.
Kind of with you.
I want to see
I want the glasses.
I would say that the reason I would want to do that is because my brother's in Greece, my sister's in California, and I haven't seen my nephew. He's born. He's 7 months old.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So I would love to see. For me, family is the number one thing for me. So if I could take any time to spend time with family, I would instantly go see them. It's not about me going to different places. It's about spending time with my peoples. I don't care about.
But that car gonna be going around the block and doing other things. Now you ain't gonna be only gonna be at grandma's house eating cookies.
But you know what's crazy?
You're gonna go around the block.
I don't
and
care.
them
Hey, I'll
girls
let y'all
too
know
now.
we got fans in
That's what
Germany.
they found,
Yo,
true.
we got fans in Germany that be looking for him.
You know what's crazy? I don't care about traveling like that. That's not my thing. I did that when I was a kid because my parents took care of me. And
If pussy wet, you gonna be there.
if there was someone I was in love with, I'd be there.
Y'all seen The Matrix, right?
What's the next thing?
Oh, that's the only one I had.
That's
It's just one.
Oh.
It's just one.
Yeah.
It's just one.
Oh, okay.
Phil, what you said?
I said, y'all seen The Matrix, right? You know, where they download all the books and stuff. I know.
Oh, yeah,
Kung
onto
Fu.
his brain. Yeah,
That's
he like
exactly
learned
what
Kung
I
Fu
would
right
do.
away.
Heck yeah.
You seen that scene in the
Yeah,
Matrix? He gave me that look like, what the
Learn
fuck you
some
talking
shit.
about?
No.
I'm trying to think of another Would You Rather off the top of my head before we end.
Would you mind?
I can't think of another one.
No, that was
You think of
good.
another
That was a really good one. I didn't expect you to come up with that. Where you be getting these Would You Rathers at?
one? I work with a bunch of
Yeah.
palm colors.
Cool.
Palm color
Yeah,
people.
we
Yes.
got it.
White.
But anyways, to end this episode off, I just want to say
Woo!
to Oliver, thank you so much for being
Thank
a guest.
you,
We
Thank you for
we
having me.
appreciate
How did I do? Was it okay?
You did good. You did
10 out of 10.
good. You did
Oh, that's
good.
good.
Yeah.
Phil, anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, great guest, man. We got to have you back.
Facts.
Really, Phil, you ain't said shit this whole thing. You ain't
Didn't need
asked me
to.
nothing.
I didn't need to, man. You brought the energy, man.
I'm playing.
He gave it the meanest side eye
I'm
too.
playing.
That's crazy.
I really be playing. Somebody gonna knock the shit out of me one day. One day.
Trey, anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, I'm super happy that we got him on. Like I said, we've been talking about this for months since
Yes.
like we were sketching
Yes.
out
Yes.
all the episodes.
Yeah.
So just to get you have you here, it's fantastic. I thought this was a great conversation.
So to end the episode off, I would just want to say one more time, thank you for our guests. Please like, comment, subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you want any of the official Fupas and Flapjacks merch, please log on to the Jay DeRosia Media Network page, which is jderosia.com. On behalf of myself, Trey, Phil, and of course Oliver, It's been another episode of Fupas and Flapjacks. You guys have a great night.
Bye.
I just wanna see you on me. I just wanna see you on me. Put it on me, baby, put it on me. Put it on me, baby, put it on me. I just wanna see you on me. I just wanna see you on me. Put it on me, baby, put it on me. Put it on me, baby, put it on me.